Hi everyone, am I audible to all of you? Okay. Thank you for your confirmation. So we will do today is we will create a so what happened in the last is actually 10:30 is a big data class. Okay, so if we exceed that time limit, so it will be closed because that has to be started. So that's why it was suddenly disconnect was there at 10:30, I guess. Yes. No, I'm sure Siva, it was 10:30 because we have passed. Even I was talking at the end also. Okay, Upendra is asking that what is the use of outs in the dvc.yaml? Can anybody tell that what could be the use case of outs? Output path is there. Okay, that is another thing. And how it is helpful. Actually, it will be like, see, the main advantage of it using is that it will be have you created the DAG file, that is direct acyclic graph? So how it's get created? It tracks the output only, right? So because output of one stage can be dependency of other. So that's how it tries to create that like DAG. So that is the main reason to use it. Okay. So just I want to share my screen just a moment. And I have not started yet. In just a moment. I'm just preparing your base. Just a moment. Is my screen visible to all of you? This. Okay. Okay, that's all. Okay, so what we are having is like, this is, we have created a folder here, outside data. Okay. And this is where we are going to work. So right now what I'm saying that, okay, since so that all of you can follow. So what I'm doing is I'm getting this data into my folder. Okay. Although we will be using S3 bucket for this one. So does everybody has like AWS account? All of you? With those who are not having, so they can just, what they can do is they can create it so that we can tomorrow, we can just, what we have to do is we will finish all the stages today, except the first stage. Okay. For the first stage, we will use a dummy one. And for the like getting of the data. And the next stage is like, we will create it. Okay. We will try to create a like S3 bucket tomorrow. And then after that, we will proceed further. So we will use that stage only. So, but just for today only. So what we are doing is we are just using this data which is present in your local only. But tomorrow we will be using this S3 bucket directly. Okay. And we will try to use all the free tier resources most probably. Okay. If it is like not free, so we will see that, okay, what we can do the workaround. So yeah. So let's proceed with this one. I will open this in VS Code here. Yes. Kausal, I will be providing you the link. Okay. And so I am the question that you have asked, you will get the answer for today only. Okay, just a moment. You will see this here in this project only. So right now, let's what we can do is we can create a environment here. Okay. So first of all, let's create an environment. So conda create. And this time we will create an environment by using a different method. Simply, I will call for prefix, and then I will create environment in in an environment file, that is okay, env. So that what it will do is it will, instead of like saving all your or creating an environment into your C drive where by default Anaconda is located, instead of doing that, it will do it in this folder here in the current working directory where you are working. Okay. So we will create this one by this method. So Python is equals to, now everything is remains same. You can also use conda create hyphen and then project name or environment name. But I'm using this one because so that it can easily be created here only in the present working directory. So here, let's say, so conda create prefix dot slash env Python is equals to 3.7 and then hyphen y. And let me make it slightly larger. So now this will create our environment. So since we usually, after this only, we will be activating this environment. Okay, so let's do this first of all. So it will be installing. You can see that it has created env file here, env folder. And this one, it will try to install all the requirements, which it generally does in Anaconda 3 folder, which is located into your C drive. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of creating this environment instead of C? Because C, if you look here, so I'm working in my D drive. So what happens generally, C drive gets like it gets full. So most of the time it is not like what you can say, you don't have that much of space in C drive and it unnecessarily fills your space. Okay. So that's why, since we are having an ample amount of space mostly in the other drive, so that's why what we can do is we can simply, we can create env file here. Okay. So Bapi, okay, you are facing this issue. Yes. So this is actually a great way to do it, because in this way, it will always be there only. Okay. It will always be there in your, like, whatever drive you choose. Okay, so there only it will be installing. And the best way is that you don't have to even remember the, like, what is the name of the environment. So you can simply write conda activate. Okay, command. Okay, just a moment. I will just copy paste this command here. Now again, this is what I've written here is ./env. So what does that mean? In current working directory, create an env folder, and inside that folder, keep everything. Okay. So I have pasted the command here. Yes, everybody can use. I can use the same environment for other projects. Yes, you can use that as well, Shyam. So for that, you need to give the full path. As you can see here, when we have created this, so actually it has gone. So it's okay. When it says that, okay, conda activate, like let's say if you have created this environment, so after that, what you will do, you will activate the environment. So conda activate. So one way is to give a relative path. That means a very simple relative path like that. This one ./env. That means it's a very short environment path. But let's say if I want to activate from other environments, what I have to do is I have to give the full path, like from other folders or for other projects. Okay, Shyam, for your query. So here, how I will be activating? So conda activate ./env. Okay. So if I activate, so it will throw in error. Most of you are getting this error because of some new installation. So what we can do is, if it is not working initially, so you can simply say source activate ./env. Okay, so this will do a job. So right now, as you can see here, it will be providing you a folder like this. Okay, by for this kind of like we can say path, it will be providing you. Okay, instead of writing just simply writing the env folder, it is creating in this way. So what we can do here is, now if you want to see that environment list, so into environment list also you will find this, but without any name, because you can see that it is present here and it is without any name. Similarly, I have created some other examples also which are present in this way. So it does not have name because we have already created a folder for it in the present working directory. So that's fine. So the next command was how to activate it. So you can use this source activate. This is for the first time. After this command, your this like conda commands will work. Okay. Before that, you will get this error of conda cannot be found most of the time in the latest installation if you have done. But if you have old installation, so it works absolutely fine. I'm using a different PC. That's why even I'm getting the same issue. So to resolve that issue, you need to just use source activate ./env. Okay. Okay, the question that people are asking that, okay, how to use the next time that if you want to use it same environment. So for that, what you have to do is you can simply use this also, like this is a full path of this environment, right? So you can also give a full path. So conda activate, then full path like this one, like playground test1 env, test2 env. In this way, you can give a full path and it will activate that environment. Got it, everyone? And if you are in the same folder where you are activating, if you are in the same folder where you are activating that environment, so for that, you don't have to give the full path. You can simply use this command conda activate and then / then folder name where all the environments are saved. Okay, like this way. We will be using TensorFlow. Yes, for today we are using TensorFlow. Tomorrow we will be using PyTorch. So everything will be covered, Upendra. The answer, if some weird name is coming, so that is actually issue with this. Mostly it's in Windows. Okay. If you're on Linux, I think you won't face that issue. So yeah, like these are some of the extra, like I think it's taking the time as well in between. So that's how it is doing, right? Okay, so let's try to now create RESTful things. So we will be installing all the latest package in this one. So what we can do is we can simply create a requirement.txt file here, touch requirements. And in this one, since we are going to use DVC for sure, and then we will be using your TensorFlow. Okay. Then Matplotlib, NumPy is also there. Also pandas we are going to use, and like TQDM we are also going to use. Then YAML file reading. So Py YAML is the package name. Then right now I'm installing Boto3 also, because this will be used for your AWS S3 bucket if you want to read it from there. Okay, so we will be utilizing that. And else, yeah, I think this is all. If anything else is required, so we will be capturing that, okay, or we will be installing it later. So we can also use, let's say, right now it is not required. So these are the basic ones which is needed. Let's try to install them. Boto3 is actually going to be used for your it's for AWS. Okay, AWS command line access. Okay, so based like all the AWS related commands, so which can be found in Boto3. Okay, so we will be utilizing for like mostly tomorrow. Before that, we will try to use like create an entire pipeline, and we will be creating this tomorrow. Okay. So pip install -r requirements.txt. Might take slight time. Till then, let me copy paste this thing so that you can also use. A copy paste does not work. Okay, let me just check once this. Can you just see that, okay, there are files, okay, requirements.txt file I have just uploaded. Are you able to download it directly? Downloading done, right? Okay, so we will do that in this way. Yes. Yeah, this might take TensorFlow installation might take time. Getting this error stopword is equals to set stopwords, and this error will be there. Okay, till then it is installing. Let me see some of your issues. Okay. So we have, okay, Vivek, can you raise your hand just quickly? Yeah, Vivek, just try to share your screen just quickly. Let's see.
So, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. So using, what is your version, Python version you are using? Python, okay, you have installed the latest one, so maybe that is.
Okay. Got it. I'll remove this environment.
Don't remove that. Okay, just write again, rerun the command, same command. Just you use Python is equals to 3.7. That works very well. Okay. Simply copy that command, or you can just simply even press up arrow key, it will do the same thing. Now Python is equals to, not equals to, use just equals to, then 3.7. It will automatically replace the present one. Okay. Now try this and you will not get that error.
Okay.
Press is, I think, Akash. Akash, what is your issue? Just quickly, let's check that. Sunny, what is your issue till then?
I'm not able to activate, but just now I think I had taken Python is equal to is equal to. So let me just check if I take is equal to, it gets activated or not. Because it was giving me error when I said
What is the error? Like conda command not found or something like that?
Yeah, I'll share my screen and I'll just.
Okay. Kaushal, the chunk response raw stream. Oh, yeah, everyone is getting different.
You're able to see now?
Not yet.
Yeah, Sunny, is it visible?
Yes, have you created that one, right? Environment.
Hello.
So have you, I can see your screen. Have you created the environment?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you just
Yeah,
activate
I
that?
can hear you now. I can hear you.
Mm.
So yeah, so now what I did is I changed it to is equal to. So now I have to say conda activate env, right?
./env, like ./env.
Yeah, now it worked. I think the same. I had done the same mistake. I guess I used a double equal to.
That is actually not a way. Actually, that's how we define it in requirements, but not that way. Okay. Okay. I think that's all. So we can. Yeah, you can stop presenting and let's see. So we have another issue with the, like, Kaushal, is your issue resolved? Just ring me once. Okay, conda create env commands. Just raise your hand, Kaushal, just quickly. Farooq, if you do not create any environment, so it causes like it unnecessary, like creates an issue for the other environments, like other working environments that you are working on. Okay, so it will override the previous versions and that will cause an issue. Dependencies issue will be there mostly. Okay. Can you hide this one? We have this SSL description failed bad or isn't failed bad. Okay, this is you're using which system like Mac with Windows only, PVC. That is fine. Requirements is fine. No issue with that. And what is the version of Python here? Okay, that is fine. So it should not be like, just quickly, let me see. Okay. Actually, since you are using not using a Zoom app, so I cannot even control your screen. Scroll above slightly, just see, let me see the error. Downloading desktop 2.6. Okay. It is causing this issue. Can you use this like 2.5? Okay, that was like the previous version. You use 2.5 equals to 2.5. 0.0. Save it, then run. Okay, it says Kaushal SSL error is there. So can you check is your like this antivirus is actually, is it causing some issue? Maybe is it trying to, it happens sometime. Okay, Kaushal, let's do one thing. You can just watch the lecture today, okay? If or maybe you can create another fresh environment and then try to execute it, and we can just resolve this issue later. Till then, okay? Maybe otherwise it might take time. Okay, we will work around on this one. And apart from this, like whoever is getting this error, that is PyWin32 app. Okay, so for those people, what you can do is create a new environment and install PyWin32 by using the below command, that is conda install and then PyWin32. Okay. This will resolve your issue. Those who are getting the error of PyWin32 error, so they can use conda install PyWin32, it will resolve the issue. It should not install. Let me share my screen. Okay, just a moment. Where is this? Let's see pip list. And let's see the version here. Okay, if you're facing this issue, so what you can do is you can just specify the version here. Okay, if you're facing an issue with respect to your environment, TensorFlow versions, so you can create this, like you can just specify the version here. Okay, so now what we can do is, since we have installed everything, so simply let's try to dvc init. That is your first command that we were doing initially. Okay, it says what? Okay, sorry. First of all, we need to do the git init command here, and then after that we will do a dvc init. Okay. So this will simply activate your all the environment services. It will activate the DVC here. Okay. And then apart from that, let's try to create one more file, that is readme.md. So touch readme.md, and there should be .gitignore file as well. Okay. And this .gitignore file, then we have a setup.py, which we are going to use. Any other file if you can recall. So dvc.yaml is going to be used. Okay. Any other file if you can recall? Parameters.yaml. Okay, yes. Config file. Okay, fine. For that, we have to create that first of all. We'll be creating a folder. Okay. And so this is the main files which we are going to create mostly. And let's create a folder called as config. Also source we are going to create. Inside that we will be having utilities. And since we are having source and is not created, so we can use -p parameter here. Okay. Rishabh, it is showing 4K commits because you have not excluded env. Okay, because env is having all your environments, these files, so that's why it is showing 4K commits. Okay, I'm getting 10K, so you don't have to commit this one. So that's why we have git ignore file. So for that, what you can do is simply pass env here. Okay, or you can also paste it from the previous like git ignore that you have created for Python. Just take it. Okay. So from there, if you copy paste this one, so let me just do this here, and I will be updating just a moment. Okay, I will be updating these things for all of you. So you can see it by default, it's just tries to ignore the this file, that is git ignore. It tries to ignore. So now we have we will be creating these make directory p config source utils files. Okay, so this will be creating this particular environment, like config will be also created in this folder. Config will be having your some configuration files, so we can keep it there. So config.yaml. We will also create one more file there in the configuration only, which we will call it as a secrets.yaml. We will not be using today, but because let's say if you have some secret keys which you want to use or an API keys, so we can keep it in secrets.yaml. And also we need to also ignore this particular one, secrets.yaml. So we can ignore the secrets file. Okay, so you should ignore this, and it will be, so you need to specify the path for that. So config / and it's secrets.yaml. So we'll be ignoring that particular file. So that this will not be committed to your GitHub repository, and because it can contain sensitive data, so we can use this way. So right now we are not going to use it, but this is the way you can perform. Let's say if you're using any API key. So yeah. So in this case, we have also ignored this one, that is .env. If it is not, so we can, again, you can mention it here, ./env. So it will ignore this one if it is not. Goel, if you are getting the same error, so what you can do is, can you just downgrade your this one, that is DVC. Right now, DVC version is, I think, DVC if it provides directly 2.7.4. So you can just downgrade it to 2.7.3 or the previous version. Can you do that? And then try again, it will work. Because in the latest version, I have seen that this issue is arrived, most of the people. You just have to specify here only like equals to specify the previous version 2.7. Let's say 3. Okay, the previous one. Okay, just check the whichever is the last version. Okay, DVC. For that, what you can do is simply go to your like here. Okay, let me close this one. Just look for DVC and then PY. Go to release history, just check the last commit. Okay, or maybe you can just go for the last month, maybe, so that can be a stable one. So you can just check this one or maybe the last one. Okay, or maybe just go for the let's say August. Okay, August 2.6.4. So you can just copy, or you can just simply copy this and then keep it in the requirements.txt file. So that's how you can degrade it. Okay, TensorFlow downloading got stuck in between. So maybe it's because of some like bandwidth issue, internet issue. Maybe that is the reason. Okay, so what we have done is we have created these things. Now what we can do is let's try to commit all the changes, but I think it is still showing you, right? Should not be showing you these things. 10,000 commits. Still, maybe it is not able to ignore, I guess. Just a second, guys. Let's make it sure that okay, it is ignored. Otherwise, it will be committing all the changes, which is here, which is not required at all. Okay, let me just remove the Git just for let's to verify this again. Let's try that. Okay, so we have. It's okay. It's fine. That even if we commit that one, those are not going to anyway. There's only the knowledge change. What we can do is we can just let's confirm this one. Let's type an DVC. We have DVC ignore. We are having Git ignore. Kaushal, you can just find this. Okay, maybe okay. Let's restart this one. Yeah, thanks, Navaran. Yeah. So if you're getting like 10K also, even after ignoring this ENV, so you can just simply restart this application and it will ignore all those which is present in ENV. Okay. I'm sorry. So right now we have like, first of all, let's activate the command. So source activate environment. Okay, environment is activated. Now let's try to commit all these changes. So for this, you can call it as the first commit, or maybe let me write it here also, like in the README file. First of all, let me add the commands also for you. So this project is about DVC, DL, and then this is your aiops demo. Kishore, just restart your VS Code, it will work. So yeah, so here let's try to add the commands first. So we have the commands, like first of all is creating the environment, first of all. So for that we have create a new environment. Prefix, and then it was the name is /env, and then after that Python version. So I was using this 3.7, and then -y. After this, what we did, we simply activated it. Source activate, and then this. Okay. So this was your activation. And then after that, we have to simply initialize init DVC. Before that, before init DVC, you need to git init. Okay, first of all, write git init and then DVC init. So Sunny, if you are getting this error, like not able to find DVC and all, there was an issue, right? Failed to initiate DVC, so no SCM. So you can just first of all do a git init and then do a DVC init. So it will not throw the same error that you were getting. So this is that's all. Okay, we have done this thing, and next after that we have just created few of the empty files. So create some empty files. So for that we have used the touch command. Okay, last thing that we have done. So we can just simply, let me just put the history here. History of commands. Okay, it is gone now. It is showing the previous ones. Okay, no problem. Okay, thanks, Navaran. That will be helpful. You can use these, all the commands which we have used: parameter, dvc, config.yaml, source, load. Okay, you have given this as well. So yeah, these are going to be common ones, so we can keep it as it is. Load, save, this is also going to be common. So what we can do is, before this, we can also create some directory as well. So make directory -p, because source is going to be created. So source, inside that we have utils, and then also we have config directory. Okay, so this we have done, and then after that this command we will going to run. Okay, so this will create a this will definitely create your whatever is the basic requirement you are having. Okay, so yeah, that's all. I think now now we are ready to commit all these things, so we can simply use let's call this as a first commit, and then press Control Enter. Yes, Vishwaji, touch will also work in PyCharm if you are using a bash, and like this cell bash shell, if you're using git bash as a terminal. So let's enter first commit. So it will do the commits that we have done, and we'll also add it to the stages. So Ati, what you can do is, I think restarted work for me. It should not work in that way. Okay, so it is asking you there are no stage changes to commit. Would like to that. So you'd like to stage all the changes and commit them directly. So it will ask this question: would you like to stage? And that means it is asking you to add them, and then so you can either use yes, or you can also use always. That it will always do that. So let's now just do this. So now it is asking you to publish the changes. Okay, publish changes. So right now I haven't initiated any like GitHub repository in my GitHub. So let's see that what happens if I just do the publish changes. So it is asking me to publish changes to this. Okay. So publish to GitHub private repository or public repository. It is asking me two queries. So I will choose a public repository for me. Okay. And I will use the same name. Okay. So let's click on this one, public repository. So it will ask me publish to GitHub upload files. It is automatically creating my like this one GitHub, and it is trying to create this repository it has created. But if you are doing it first time, so it will ask you to sign in. It will ask you to authorize your VS code. Okay. So right now let's try to open this. Let me open my GitHub. So if I open here, so you can see that it has created that DVC DL TensorFlow demo. Okay, this public repository is now created, and it is containing all my files which is required. See here in every folder. Yes, so you don't have to manually create it. It is doing it for you. Even whether it is public or private, so it can do it for you. So it will just ask one authorization one time. So all of you, so those who have never done this, so they will get this authorized. Like they will ask, you need to authorize VS Code to create a repository for you. So once you have done, so you can just create directly from your own local. Okay. So now let me copy this to your chat. So what you can do is, if you haven't copied anything from here, so you can just copy paste from that, like all the requirements and anything like that. So you can just use it. And now let's do one thing. Now let's try to use the previously used commands. Okay, so let's go back here only. Where is this? So if I go here, so maybe we can go for the previous classes that we have done. So let's just check here. AIOps, I guess, DVCML demo AIOps. So you can see that setup.py file will remain same. Okay, most of the things will remain same, only few things will be changing. Okay, so we will copy this here. From here, we will utilize this one directly in our setup.py file. So now let's try to change it. A small package for DVC DL pipeline. Version remains same. README is going to read it. Markdown, and then this is going to be a different one. So let's see that. Okay, what is the name of it? To the name of the repository we have created. Okay, so it is DVC DL TensorFlow demo. So we can just simply copy this. So this will be our URL for it. Okay. And then the rest of things will remain same. Yeah, this will also be updated based on the requirements. Let's do this. Okay, I think this is it, I guess. So now after this, in order to install this, like the setup.py file, and it is contained, okay, source utils. We have not created a few of the files here. Let's create those files first of all. So right now everything is intact here for setup.py. So what we can do is simply, now the thing is like we have to just create some files here in source file. So for that, I think we have already written the command. So we will copy these commands. So source, this is fine. parameters we have already created. So you can just copy this and source stage one. Okay, we can just use this as well. Yeah, these things which we haven't created it, so we can create it those files here. So now we are done. So these, some of the basics files are now created here, which is required. So let's comment these changes also. Basic setup done, control enter. And I will just use always now. So you don't have to, this will not pop up. It will automatically do it. I will sync these changes. Okay. Push and pull. So if you don't want this, so you can just use okay, don't show again. So it will automatically push the changes without asking this again. Okay. So these changes has been now published. Just a moment. I think I'll come back. Okay. Okay, so we have created the basic setups. Everything is published now. Now what we can do is, so one thing you will notice that, okay, whenever you do some changes, okay, let's say some changes which are relevant to each other, let's say creating a base file, setup.py, now creating certain stages or certain experiment that you're doing. So always do the commit for them, because what will happen, let's say you have written, let's say entire, let's say, maybe let's say you have written the entire code, okay, and then after that what you did is you have committed the changes. So in that case, what will happen, that you will not be able to revert back to or revert to the any previous changes, because you have committed everything in just one single commit. So it is always advised that, okay, whatever experiment that you want to perform, commit those changes, okay, with some there's some proper messages. Why I'm saying that, let's say if I just look into here in this repository, so if you just see these three commits, okay, so in this one, like first commit is there, okay, and then if I try to this basic setup done, so it will try to give me all the differences that has been created. So let's say if you have committed everything in just one single commit, so what it will do, it will show all the entire changes in just one commit. So if you want to go back to the previous commit, so it will not go back, okay, because or it will try to undo the changes, everything will be changed, okay, or it will undo will happen, okay, it will just go back to the previous stage. So it is always recommended, do a frequent commits and make sure that, okay, all the commits are associated with it. Okay. Okay, please share pip freeze so that we install the exact requirements. Okay, yeah, so we can do that as well. So let's try to use pip freeze to requirements. Now we have exact, like with all the versions. So yes, we can use this. How to move to previous commit? I will show it to you, Lalit. Okay, just a second. So we have updated this one. So maybe I can just commit these changes. So I can say pip freeze, just it is associated with that. So I can just control enter, sync the changes. So it will just push the changes to this, to my repository. So now I think you will be able to do it. Okay. So now let's move ahead. Let's try to build this application. So what we have to do is we will be just following the same 4 stages, okay, similar ones. And but this time we are using TensorFlow. So it is going to be different, slightly different in terms of like internal setups, okay. Rajesh, what you can do is you can simply like use my GitHub, okay? Use this git ignore file and then restart your application. It will do the job. Rajesh. Okay, so now we have created this basic setup. Okay, so let's try to let's create this first one, that is your load stage, and this one. Now before that, let's try to see what we can do is we can borrow some of the commands from the previous one only, from the previous, if you have already done it. So I will just using the things which we have already used. So let's look into here. We can go for the tier AIOps demo. So if you just look into this part, load and save, we can simply use most of it and just remove some of the unimportant ones. Okay, so we can just copy paste this here only. And in a moment, we will just remove. Okay, so read YAML will remain there. Create directory will remain the same that we have already done it in the previous session. So we can all utils, we can just copy all them and we will use whichever is important and we will drop whichever is not. So in all utils, we will be simply using this. Okay, so everything remains same. Content wise, it's fine. Loading and everything is absolutely okay. So we can utilize these things. Now, since we haven't created anything here in the like in your configurations also, so in the configuration, what we will do is let's try to modify the as per our requirements. Okay, so we are going to have definitely we are going to have an artifacts. Okay, in artifacts we are going to have an artifacts directory. And this can, let's call it an artifacts. Okay, and then we are going to have a trained model directory. Which we will call it as a model file. And we have then base model directory. So we are using transfer learning here. So we will be using a base model as well. So we will be calling it base models here and then base model name. So we are going to use a VGG16 example. 16 base model .h5. Then we have updated base. Okay. Similarly, just like that only, we will be having an updated base model. Let's call this as updated. And then we will be having checkpointing as well. So we will be creating a checkpoints directory. Checkpoint directory, we will call it as checkpoints. And then we will be having a base model directory. Okay, base log directory we will be using. This base log directory will be actually used for all kind of logs. Okay, so call it as base model directory. And then we will be having TensorBoard logs as well. Okay, root log directory, where we'll be storing all the TensorBoard associated with TensorBoard logs. Okay, so call it as TensorBoard log directory. And we will be also using callbacks as well. So callbacks directory we will be calling it. So callbacks directory. So we will be having call it as callbacks. Okay, these are some of the artifacts we are going to use. Now we have a, like, let's say, source download path from where we are going to download. These are the source download path. So we are having a data in just above this directory. Okay, so we are having that data. So if you can recall here, so just before iOps, I have created an outside data. Okay, so this is we have already having. So since you are all are not having this data, so I will be uploading it into your GitHub, like not on GitHub actually, it will be in your like iOps directory that we have created for learning. So let me just create it there and I will share the link immediately. It's the date today. It's October 9. October 9, we are just dating this. It's nothing, just a simple example. That's why. So we are just keeping it here. And this link, I'm providing it here. So everyone can see in this. You can just rightly copy paste from this link. Okay. I think you are able to access it. Yeah. So we have now, I have uploaded the data. It is going to take some time. So let it upload. Till then, I can also mention this inside your readme.md here. But till then, okay, so right now, so what we have done, so this source directory is actually present just outside this your repository. So I'm calling it as an outside data. Okay. This is your source repository where the data is associated. We will be creating an, you can say, we will be creating another like S3 bucket, okay, for this one tomorrow. So yes, till then we can proceed in this one only. So outside data, there was a dog data, and then cat was there. So we can just simply use these names. So what does this signifies here? That means just one level up. That means you can say, you can just verify this as well. If I use a ls command here, list, so it will say list all the files in my present working directory. Or if I say ls dot also, so it will also do the same thing. That means in current working directory. If I use ls double dot, that means just go one step up and then find out the listing of the files. So what you can see that it will be listing files which are above these folder structure. So the same thing is happening here. So double that dot means that go one level up, and then from there see that whether outside data is present or not, and then dog. Okay, so that's how it is defined here. This is a way of doing it. Okay, that double dot means the previous directory or a one level up. Then after that, we are having a local data path. That means where I'm going to copy these. So even if it is, let's assume that, okay, it is present in S3 bucket. So from that also, we will be bringing the data to our local one. So we will be putting it into our data directory. So this hyphen, and then inside data, we will be having a cat data. So we'll be storing these things. So right now we have config is completed. So let's try to commit these changes. Config stage load is created, and okay, so we can do this. So let's call it as config created, and then sync changes. Apart from that, let me push the data as well. So where the data is located. So I will be putting into the in the README itself. Data is equals to, or let's call it as download source. Let me paste the changes. I think I've already pasted here in the chat. Can we store data in MongoDB Atlas? Yes, you can do that if you want. Okay, so this is, let's commit the changes. Update readme data source. Control enter, click on sync changes. That's all. So we have now done, data is also up. Okay, so now let's try to load this one. Let's start working here. So since we are going to read the data from configuration, so this is absolutely fine, this bottom part. And this time what we have to do is we will be reading the data from, like, so in the config.yaml. So as you know that we have artifacts directory, trained model directory. Let's go back here and let's try to, first of all, we are going to read the configuration. That is one for sure. Now we are having a data path. Okay, so let's remove rest of the things. Okay, I think we just needed the basic initial structure. We can proceed further with this one. So we have a remote storage. Okay, let's call it as a remote storage, or maybe whatever we have given the name here, source download path. So let's use the same name here, is equals to, in the configuration it is present, and it is present inside the this keyword. Okay, so this will give me the list of these two. Okay, it will print the list because I'm using this way, underscore. Okay, yeah, actually this hyphen is used. That means it is acting as a list here, this thing. So we will getting the source download path, and now we will be having a, what is the other one? That is your local data path, where you are going to store. So let's use this local data path only. Or we can, since it is not a path, we can call it as a directories. Okay, directory. And choose the same name here also. In the config as well, we will be updating these things. So that will be a better name. Okay, so this is equals to config local data directory. Okay, so this will create, this will get our value. Next thing is that what we have to do is we need to iterate over these lists. Okay, iterate over these. First of all, we will be copying all the dog files to our data/dog here. Okay, and in the requirements, do we have tqdm installed here? Okay, that is updated. Yeah. So what we will be doing is, now we will be creating another function here, which will be downloading our create directory. Okay, we haven't used. Source download directory is fine, absolutely. That is okay. Yeah, local data directory we will be creating while doing the installation. So for before that, so let's try to iterate over these changes. Okay, for download directory. So what we have to do is for download or source download path. So download directories. So it is thus we are going to get a directory. So that's why I'm using without S here. And then where we are going to copy, call it as a local direct dir. That's all. It's okay. In we will be iterating over these two lists simultaneously. So we'll use zip and zip these two. Okay. So what we are having, source data directories, and then we have local data directories. So we will be iterating over them, and then we have, first thing that we have to do is, before you paste these changes, or before you paste the things into your environment, and not environment actually, in data directory which you are going to create, we need to create those data. Okay, so that particular folder. So for that we can simply call a create directory. which is we have already done. And if you can recall, we have create directory was expecting a list. Okay, so list of directories. So right now we are having we will be using this local data directory we have to create. So we can just pass them as a inside a list. So local data directory, paste it here. It will create the directory for you. And then after that, we can simply use, we can create a function called as copy file, which will do the copy for you. Okay, copy a file from your source to, or you can say this from this file, or from this particular folder to your local data directory. That is your target folder. Okay, so we will be creating this function here only. So call it as copy file. We have in the copy file, we are having what? Simply we can just use this one. Okay. Now, since we are going to copy, so we need to import one more library here, which is called a shuttle library, which will be having your copy function. Okay, so we'll be utilizing those. And now what we have to do is we can simply, first of all, get the list of the files. Okay, so list of the files present at the source one. So list of files, which is present at the source directory. And we can call it as os.list directory. And here we need to pass the, like, this source download directory. Okay, that is from where it is present. That is your outside data. So we need to get all the list of the files. We need to get the number of files also. We will be utilizing that. So length of that, how many files are present. So list of files. And now what we have to do is we have to iterate over each of them. So for file in your list of the files. Okay, and we will be now iterating over them. So let's create a source here. So source will be as equals to os.path.join. So in your source download directory, the file will be present. From there, I need to copy to the destination. So destination is equals to, again, os.path join. And then here I need to specify the target directory or your local data directory and the file. So this will create the full path for them from copy to the, like, you can do where you want to paste. And then after this, I will use the shuttle.copy. And I will use src and destination path. Okay, so this will do the copy for me. But if I run this, what happens that normally you won't get the progress bar or something like that. So for that, what we will do is we will also import a library called as tqdm. So for like from tqdm import tqdm. So this library actually prints the progress bar also in your, like when you run a for loop. Okay, so what we will do is we will use this twice. We will use it here as well, and as well as here in these two for loops. Okay, so we will see that, okay, how this outcomes look like. So for this, what we have to do is we can just use tqdm and keep it inside all the zip where we want to iterate in this one. Okay, and it requires some more information here. So it will, let's say if you want to see that, okay, how many files are there. So for that, we need to pass a total of files. Okay, so how many files are there total? So total is equals to, since we are only having two, that is numbers are just two only. So we can just simply call for, just write 2 here. And after that, what we have to do is we need to also, we can also provide the description. Okay, that what it is doing. So description is that you can say simply in the like iterating over, or they say let's list of folders. Okay, list of folders. We are iterating over the list of the folder. And actually I should use equals to here. So these are the main information that is required here in this one. Similarly, we can use TQDM here also. So let's call this here in this one. So we can call it for TQDM iterating over here. And then we can provide the total number. So total is equals to N that we have already calculated. And also we can use the description here. So in description, you can write that, okay, we are copying file from where you are copying source, okay. Source download directory to your like local data directory, okay. So we are copying this from there to this one. Let me use this wrap function so that you can see everything here. So we have used this TQDM twice here in this case. Now what we can do is we can also provide the color to it. So color is, let's call this for a red color, and we will call here a color here as well. Let's call this as a green color so that you can see both the progress bars in a different one, in a different colors. So now I think everything seems absolutely fine to me. Let's try to run this one. Hopefully it will work without an issue. So what we can do is either you can run this directly here, like using Python. So Python source and then stage 01 just to check that. Okay, it says that no module named SRC because we haven't installed that one. So we need to do that because we have already created a setup.py file. So let's try to do this. So before that, let's try to commit the changes that we have made till now so that you guys can copy. So we can say that stage 1 added, think the changes. Now let's try to install your local this SRC. So pip install -e and then dot. Okay, this command will be used to install the setup.py files, whatever is present, like as a package that. So we can install that. Okay. Yeah, we can also update the requirements.txt file here only. We can also use the local, like if you want to install local files. Local setup installation we are going to do here. So we can also mention this here dot -e dot, okay, -e dot. Okay, we can do this as well, or we can use this command as well. So both of them will work. So let me do this, run this command. So it will install that. So it says that 0.01 installed. Now, if you run this, should work. Okay, so you can see that, okay, it has copied everything 174, and then it ran very fast. But if you are downloading it from your S3 bucket, so it gives you some better way to see that. Okay, as you can see here, 50% is completed now. In the next session, it was currently completed 100% because 2 out of 2 is now there. So as you can see here, it is already created a data folder. Okay, char and now. So now let me push these changes. First of all, before that, let me update also readme.md file for your commands. So after this, what we have to do is install SRC. Okay. Commits are done. As you can see, this will contain, and since we are using the DVC or DVC already, so it will ignore this data files because that we should not commit on your like GitHub repository. That is not required. So stage one seems absolutely fine. Okay, now what we can do is we can also do a few more things here, right? See, we haven't used any logging here, and everything is getting printed here. So let's say if I want to use logs here also, so this is very important. So we can use logging module of Python, and then we can use the logging string. Okay. Because this actually helps a lot, and we can use this simply to log our information, most of our information. So let's call for ASC time. At what time we are running this, then percent, we are going to use level names. Okay. And we have the messages. Okay. So percent as messages. Okay, not messages, actually modules. Okay, we are going to use first of all module. And then after this, what is my message? So we will be printing the message here. So messages. And then after this, we have the log directory where we want to store everything. So log directory is equals to, let's call it as logs. And here we need to first of all create this as well, os.make directories, or we can simply use create directory directly, create directory. And inside this, I can pass it as log directory. And then after that, we can go for the logging.base config. And inside this base configuration, we need to pass the file name is equals to os.path.join. And here we can simply pass for log directory first of all, and our running logs. That means where we want to store. Okay, so we will be using this .log, and after that we have to specify the level. So level of logging will be, we are just want information here, and then format wise, format is equals to your logging string. And then we have the file mode. So file mode we are going to use as append mode, so that it can append our into the same file. Okay, so this we are going to use. And instead of printing everything, so what we have to do is we can simply go for, like if you can see here, we haven't started here, so printing information. So first thing that you should do is you can keep this into try and except block. And here you can just simply go for the logging dot exception. So if exception arises, it will be storing here. And then after that, I can raise this exception. And before this one, we can just provide a logging information that we are starting this. So logging info, and we can just pass a message here that starting or stage one started. And then after that, stage one completed. And what we have done here, all the data are saved in local. Okay. So local data, this is the message that we want to pass. And this is done here. And now if you see here in the all utils section, so we have used the print statement. So instead of print statement, what we can do, we can simply use the logging information. So import logging, and instead of using print here, so what we can do is we can just copy logging.info, we can say, okay, logging.info, and then we can just replace every print statement with this one. Okay, so we have everything is fine. So here also we can mention that, okay, what we are doing. So we can simply say that logging.info, and we can pass a message that what file has read, okay, YAML file, path to YAML. You can give the specific name. Okay, we can say that loaded successfully. Okay, so we have all this information now. Let's try to run this again, and you will see the differences here. If I just try to run this, so you will see most of information is not printed here. You will see there is a logs folder getting created. Okay, I think maybe I have missed something. Okay. Just a second, everyone. Let me just see. So this does not cause any issue, Shyam, if you are talking about this one. This is not going to cause any issue. So we have created the directory logs is fine. And then we should print these things, logging.basic.config, file name, and then we have passed the path as well, log.log/running. So this is also fine. And level wise, we have already provided .info. That is also absolutely okay. Logging string that we have provided. File mode is also fine. That is not an issue. It is an append. That means we want to append everything here. Let me just quickly look into it. I think it. Okay, let's update these changes. So we can say logging updated. Okay, or logging created, let's say. So Rishabh's no module SRC found. So I've already told, right? So you need to install that, pip install, and then -e space dot. That is the only issue. Till then, okay, let me take some questions. Till then I resolve this. Okay. So, hey Goel, what is your query? Okay. I'm not able to hear you, Rajesh.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yes, I can say.
Yes. So my Git is not allowing to push in my remote repository. It is saying that already reached the maximum limit of 100 MB. So I
Okay, so
tried with
see,
Git ignoring
you have
message.
to, okay, just quickly share a screen till then. Pip install -e dot space dot. Okay, Rishabh, there should be space between E and that dot.
Can you see my hello?
Okay, see what happened that, okay, show me your git ignore file, just quickly show me. Okay, you are having, scroll down. I think it should have everything, right? Scroll down to the bottom. Does it has dot env?
Yes, it is there, I guess. Yeah.
env is offset dot env forward slash. Can you just scroll down to the bottom? I think we can have this. Yeah, dots. I think it did not ignore your env folder actually, so that is why it is causing that issue.
I
So
feel like it's already committed. That's what it's not ignoring.
your voice is actually very low. Can you say again?
So I am saying that is it got already committed? So is it already committed? That's hello. Am I audible now? Hello.
Okay, don't ignore that. See, it is actually creating a lot of. You don't have to increase that. Okay.
So I'm saying that like already committed. That's what it is not allowing to push.
Again, your voice is lower. Actually, see, go to your sound setting and just make it like don't let it adjust. Okay, let's go to sound settings. Click on settings here only. Into sound settings. Click on settings. Go to sound. Yes, the just above power it was there. Sound. Is it auto adjusting? Input volume. Input volume, that is system sound. Just scroll down, that is input is there. Okay.
Hello. Now it is audible.
Why it is doing?
Hello.
Can you scroll up just quickly?
Yeah, now it's fine. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's fine. Now say
Okay. So what I already committed, that's what it's not getting.
again. Why it is? It is auto like doing it.
Okay, so is it fine?
See that?
Achha, 1 minute. I'll keep like. So I'm saying that this Git environment folder is. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
So I'm saying that this environment folder is already committed. That's what is getting ignored. Hello.
Yeah. Say it again. This is.
Yeah. I'm thinking that this environment folder is got already committed. That's what it's not getting.
Okay, Kaushal, like I think Rajesh. Okay, so do one thing. Just first correct that one. Actually, it is your voice is getting lowered again and again. Just see that. Okay, in the settings, and then I can look into your case. I'm not able to hear you at all.
Yeah, sure.
Till then, okay, Kaushal, what is your query?
So
Okay, Kaushal, I'm promoting you to panelist. Okay, till then, Kaushal, can you share your screen now? Okay, allow. It will ask you a query. So continue. Okay. And then open Visual Studio Code. Yes. So it will ask, okay, open that. Yeah, do that. Just fit. Now it is asking, see, public repository or private repository. Create a public one. So that if you face any issue, okay, you have created a private one. That was the second option. Okay, what says can't push reference to remote? It is running. It's try running full fast to integrate your changes. Okay, open Git. It's okay. Cancel it and then just cancel this. Okay. So first of all, I think why actually are you using the previous version of Git? See, it is actually created a master branch, right? So master branch may not be present there. So you can rename this. No, just do one thing there only on the right hand side. On the terminal itself, just write git branch -m. M should be capital. And then main. Enter. Okay, now. Okay, it is still showing master. Okay, I think should not show master there. Okay, there is some issue. Okay, Rishabh has commented, so you can use this as well, like this command branch -m to master to main. Okay, source, and you can use this as well. Git branch -m. M should be small in this case, from master to main. Reframe master not okay. So I think it is now updated, right? See, it is not showing you now these things, like you are already in main. Just don't do that now. It's already in main now. On the left hand side, it is not showing. Okay, so just do the commits first of all. Do the commits on the top, not there. Okay, just you've already published that library, right? On the left hand side, right, there is not there at the bottom. That's the third icon. That is your that is just do that. Commit the changes. Okay, I think you have already done the commit changes. You have already done. On the right one, just press that icon, right icon, like there. There are no changes to commit. Okay, that is fine. That is absolutely fine. No problem. Just let me annotate here. Okay, I think you are using your. See, there is bottom left. You can see on the corner here, or you can just simply push now command. Just git push origin main. Just write that git push origin main. I think it should work. Git push reference fragment does not match any. Okay. Now what you can see, it is showing now public publish to GitHub public repository. Click on that one on the top. The second option. Just do that. What it said already exists. Okay, that is also fine here. Means like you can create another one. Let's just create another one. Enter. Let's see. Git remote already exists. Okay, so see, it is already having your like. See, it should. Actually, I'm not able to annotate here. Why? What are you using? Like, I think Naresh. Who is this? Kaushal. I think you are using not using like this Zoom app, right? Zoom web browser. Okay, so that is the issue now. So I am not able to annotate your site. Like I'm not even to control your like this control even your screen. See bottom left, if you can see, and the bottom left, you will see then a cloud option is there, right? Cloud and then up arrow key. Just click on that and cancel this first screen. Click on that. So publish to GitHub public repository. The second option. Okay, do one thing. See, Kaushal, I will help you later. Okay, just for now, just leave it as it is. Okay, let's proceed with the lecture, and then I will help you with that. Okay, you can stop share. So see, those who are facing issue, they can simply drop a mail. Okay, I will help you on the later after this class. Okay, I will help you. So till then, what we have done is let me commit the changes. Okay, stage 1. So if I run this again, so what I did is I was, instead of using create directory, I'm just using this one, os.make directories, and it's working fine. Let's see this. So if I run this again, so it is just copied everything. And if I just see the running logs, so you will see that everything is getting updated right here. Stage 1 is started, everything is working fine. But the only problem that we are facing here is now it is not able to segregate that, okay, when the next stage has started. So for that, what we can do is simply a few things. You can add some special characters here that, okay, this is the end. And you can add the end of this. You can add that, okay, this is the end of this stage. Okay. This can help you to segregate things. So if I run this, so you can go to log, so you can see that this will be able to segregate those things. And then what we can do is, apart from that, we can use a new line character here. So hopefully it will save it in the new line. Let's check. Okay. Okay, it actually is printing from here. That is not required. Just a minute. It's okay. You can leave this as it is. No problem with that. So you can see that it is getting logs are getting generated. Everything is fine. So it is path to YAML. Okay, there is one more thing that we have got an issue here. Then when we were using all utils, we have forgot one thing, to use f string here. That's why it is printing as it is path to YAML. Even here is fine. Here absolutely fine. Rest of the things are absolutely fine. So if you see that in the running logs, so it is. So this will actually help you to debug very easily that, okay, you will be able to understand what is the use of advantage that you will be able to understand, okay, where your information is flowing and from which directory it is like these things are coming from. Okay, so this will be helpful for you to understand with the help of logs only. And it will also give you the time and the event when it was started, whether it is an information or an exception, it is also able to do that. So let me show you one thing that, okay, if let's say if it is creating an exception, so what will happen? So in that case, let's try to run this here. Let's try to create a function which was not created at all. So let's say create print function. And let's say this is something which is we haven't created it yet. And we still run it. So it should generate an exception. Okay, and it should also update in the logs as well. So you can see that in the logs, it is saying that print function is not defined. It is able to print the information as well. And it is also writing the traceback as well. So you can get all the information here. It will be able to log everything here. So that is the advantage of using logs. So let me go back to the previous thing, that is the previous stage. Let's commit all the changes. Logging added and stage 1 done. Okay, so I think you will see that everything is up to date here. We can just see that, okay, what changes we have done. So stage 1 updated, we have just seen this one. And you can see that few things I have changed. Running logs. Okay, this is basic config. Logging string. The only thing that I have made is update is this one. Okay, and you can just see all the changes that has been done. Everything is published now. The first stage is now completed. Can we customize the log with py file name? So actually you can see here also that is how it is happening, right? We can see all utils from where the source is. So from all utilities we have created YAML, right? So it is able to track that as well. So from stage 1 load, so this is also tracking that from which file or module it is coming. So this is done. Now let's try to create a stage 2 here. Now that is about preparing the base model. Okay. But I think we have very less time left, which is only half an hour. So I think we have so I will take some questions, okay, instead of just creating the new one stage, because it is going to take a very long time. So how many of you are familiar with TensorFlow and how many of you are not at all familiar with TensorFlow? I think because this is expected that at least you should all be familiar with TensorFlow, because this will cause an issue actually for the next lectures. Okay, Swati, you are not familiar. So Swati, have you not, like Swayam also? Because see, this is, have you not completed any deep learning course or anything previously? Yeah, TensorFlow Keras we are using. So TensorFlow 2, at least you should be aware of. I mean, that high level API is going to be yes. Yes, Keras, because TensorFlow is actually having a high level API as Keras. So that's what I'm telling, Viswajit. Okay, you are from full stack batch. Okay, so we are on machine learning. Okay, not sir, just started decision tree in ML from full stack. Okay, so what I can do is to follow of you. I will just provide you a brief, like from the previous lectures. I will just put those lectures inside your as a reference. Okay, so before coming tomorrow, just try to complete that. Swati and those people who are like not familiar with the this TensorFlow. Okay. So I will put the links to the lectures and you can just go through it. Okay. Do it today only. So that you get the familiarity tomorrow. Okay. So otherwise it will be difficult to understand that what I'm writing. And yeah. So till then, let me resolve few of the queries. Yes, Abhishek, if you if you are completed, if you don't have query, you can just drop off. Others who are not having any queries, you can drop off. We are not going to continue today because there are a lot of things are available. Okay. And it's giving the access to DLCV and LP batch of the API, asking specific connection to launch. I get you. Yeah, Swati, I will provide you the link. Okay. If you have access to 1230 batch, I will provide you the access for that. Okay. Please upload temporary recording of today's lecture. That will be present definitely, Abhishek. Okay. So till then, okay, Rajesh. Yeah, I have unmuted you. Yes, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, now you want to share your screen, right?
Yes, I want to see.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen?
Welcome, Ishant. Yeah, I can see. So
So
it's working fine, right?
Yeah, it's working fine, but I'm not able to push my code in my GitHub repository.
Okay, that is the issue.
Yeah. So I feel like I committed initially so that it's taking the env environment.
Okay. You have new classes for deep learning. Those you're asking. Santosh, I'm taking the new batch, which was started in August 28th. Okay. So I am taking the batch. So yes. Yeah, you can say. So in that case, what we can do is there is something called as
Git reset.
git. Actually, git remove command is there, which will remove the environment. So let me just do that. Just git rm command is there actually. Just a second. Let me just quickly refer that actually. So what you can do is you can see simply write git rm, git space rm, and then env. It's not .env because that will be by the name of .env, then /, and then star, // then star. Enter. Not removing recursively. Okay, use recursive. Okay, -r before that. Space -r. Do that.
Okay.
Now do that like git commit. I think the rest of things are added, right? Git commit. What is status? So there is removed. Set.py. Okay. So you can just do git add space dot, and then git commit. Git push origin main. Using older version, right?
I don't know. From suddenly it is asking to give this key. It's not taking the password.
Yes, Lalit, I will be uploading the lecture. Okay, don't worry. First of all, this session should end. Then only it will be able to do that. Okay, it is writing still it is saying that, okay, writing 3.3. Okay, again, see, it is not, it is still considering A and B, right?
Yes.
You should have actually, Okay, cancel it. Cancel this one. See, again, what you can do is just show me that, okay, just give me control. Better. Yes, Hitesh, if you want to drop off, you can drop. I'm just resolving some of the issues. So yes. Welcome. Let's delete this. Okay, we'll create it again.
Select it.
Is conda command working in your case?
Yes, it's working.
Hmm. It has activated the command also. We can do what we can, since it's also, it is showing as a yellow. Okay, that means it should be ignored. Otherwise, it will not show in that color. Or what we can do is we can simply, okay, just restart this. Okay, just restart this application.
Okay.
Giving up the remote control.
Shall we do?
Done, right?
Done.
Requesting remote control again.
Yes, done.
So here you can see that, okay, you can also do the commit from here. Okay, update project commit before this. So you can just commit the changes here, click on this commit or control K. It will ask you to update that if there is an update in there. So I think there is no update. So we can just get rid of this. There is modification. Now we can just do a git commit here. So commit, that should be, yeah. Commit and push also you can do. So let's try this. So it will ask you to like write the comments here. So okay, comments we have already done. So it's asking you to commit in main. Okay, so we can just push the changes. So what it is trying to push, let's see that plots idea. Okay, again you have actually mentioned idea as well, like dot idea. So it should not be there. It's not required config src utils. Okay, so it is not checking out, like env is not present here. So we can just do the push. Let's try this. So we log into GitHub to continue, log in via GitHub. So it will ask you to log in. So this is for all PyCharm users. You can also try this. Okay. So you can ask you authorize GitHub here. And then it will ask you to like JetBrains, like your current GitHub profile, authorize JetBrains. Okay. You can mention the password here now. Now go back to your that. Yes, I think it is done. See, just check that in your GitHub.
No, it's not able.
PVC DL, just go to your like home now, like your profile section. Not here, just again go back to there. Just let me just do that. Okay, let me handle it. Just,
The first one.
okay, let's go back to that. Okay, just do that. Okay, go to their PyCharm.
Not able. Yeah.
Let's see this. So first of all, we can also check it here in the project section.
Okay, I'll.
Yeah, I'm also typing. You're also typing. Don't do that then.
No, I'm not typing anything. I'm not typing anything.
Okay. So maybe it is the system is hanging actually.
Okay, I'll type git status now.
Nothing to commit, Rajesh, and then this is ENB. Working tree is clean. Okay, Rajesh, what you can do is you can drop a mail. Okay, let's see that others error also, because we have very limited time, 15 minutes left.
Okay,
So
fine.
so
Fine.
let's check into this. You can stop the share, or you can, till then what you can do is simply just delete this .dvc.git folder and then try to reinitialize everything. Okay, and just keep everything as it is.
Okay,
I
fine.
think it will, there might have missed something. Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, still it is getting pushed. I think that's what.
Okay. Visiting
Yeah,
like,
I can see in downside. In
okay.
PyCharm, I can see a downside. It's a progress bars is there. So that.
Okay. So maybe it is
That's what.
taking time. That's why. Just let me know for some time. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Rini, what is your query?
Hi, Sunny. I've just joined last week, so I just following the lecture. So I was just like,
I think, are you from previous batch, right? That
yeah,
that
yeah,
internship, brain tumor
yeah,
segmentation. Okay.
yes, yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I did both ML and DLC with NLP, but yeah, I was like busy in between, so couldn't able to join this batch. So I was just like your suggestion, like I gone through this DVC basic introduction lecture, but means what else in order to like catch up with this batch, what else I should like immediately refer to in the recording?
You can refer to the, like, are you, I think you are familiar with Linux, right? I don't
Yeah,
see that. So
yeah,
GitHub, like Git and GitHub.
yeah. I'm
So you can see, just look for the previous lectures that I have taken, from where I have started. You can just from the
okay.
starting DVC only. I think you will be able to catch up very easily.
Okay, sure. Because I'm very new to this ML flow thing, means, but yeah, Linux I don't need anything. Yeah, and one more thing is this is not the I got the SS of this ALOps course, but this is not same as the previous Canvas courses. So this is this which we
So
supposed
it's
to get.
different one actually. So
Okay.
like see, we are having like dashboard will be there. So in that you will find the everything like for the course lecture resources if you see. So you will find out that.
But there is no like assignment or any course material for this course till now.
It's the first batch actually. So we have
Okay.
started this recently, and even AIOps and MLOps is also fresh. So obviously there's not going to be previous batch.
Okay. No, I mean not about the recording, but in our previous batches, like I have done 2-3 courses, which I know there's a lot of course material
So
thing
those were
from the,
running from the previous sessions, right? So they were from previous sessions also. So but this one is the first one, so that's why.
but there is only like class notes, one Excel sheet is opening, nothing else in the material. So I mean I'm just confirming like
I
because
should be there. Let me just see this.
there is one topics covered Excel sheet and one like that's it. That is all for this
Yes,
course
I
or
think there only. So in
okay,
that one
okay.
only you will find out rest like directory link is there, video link is there, or if there is any reference that is also present there only. So I'm maintaining in that way actually.
Okay.
In earlier when you were using the previous dashboard, so what used to happen that okay everything was updated one by one. So it was like that. So I have organized everything in that sheet only. So everything you will find out in that sheet itself.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. I thought I got some other less
No,
somewhere
no.
less SS or something like that, and nobody
That
to
is
contact.
I'm maintaining a single point. So I'm not sharing it again and again. Otherwise, we have to share a link again. So that is only link that you have to use for everything, like means for all the resources about this course.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Okay.
And one more thing for tomorrow's lecture, you said we need to make a AWS account. So that is just the free one with the 200 credit, which is available just to made with any Gmail ID.
Yeah, if
That's
you
all.
are having the 200 credit already available, so you can utilize that one and yeah, just see that. Otherwise, I will see that okay, what I can do from here. Maybe we can create some like common repository from where everyone can read. Okay, but
Okay.
try to do it from your own side. Otherwise, that will be better because you will get a hands-on much better. So that will be better actually.
Okay, thank you very much. So I will go through the recordings and come back for doubt clearing. Actually, last
Yeah.
Tuesday I tried to join the doubt clearing, but like link was not working, I guess.
Actually, see what happened that please try to join all of you. Like if you are joining that, so it start at I think 10 o'clock, right? 10 to 12. So what happened that if you very few people have joined, so I have waited for I think 15 to like 20 minutes. Only few questions have been asked, and rest of the people do not having any queries. So that's why.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I have closed the session. Otherwise,
Okay.
it would have.
Okay. I think I joined half hour later because it's
Yes.
morning
Yes. So
time
that
for
was the
me.
issue.
Okay, no problem. I will join on time. Okay, thank you
Great.
very much. Yeah, have a
Thank
nice day.
you. You too. So I am. What is your query?
Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Am I audible? Hello. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hey everyone, am I audible? Actually, there was a power cut at my end. There was an issue.
So
So
am I audible? Yeah. So I want
you're
to share my screen. Actually, there was some problem. I want to confirm something.
Mhm. Okay, till then, Kaushal, what is your query? Kaushal, I think I have allowed to. Okay, you're not using mic, maybe. Okay, so this is okay. Plaban Nayak, what is your query till then?
Actually, I encountered this error. Like I have this out.
What is the error?
The outside directory is unable to find that. I think I'm unable to know how,
Okay.
where to
Okay.
place it actually.
Okay. We will check that. Otherwise, what you can do is instead of giving the relative path, you can give the full path of
Full
that
path.
file.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
try that.
I'll
It will
do
work.
that. Yeah. I'll do that.
Sir.
Uh-huh.
So actually, I was trying to install the requirement files. Okay, so from here, from Windows, but it was installing in the like C drive. So I have gone through CMD command like here, and then it was installing in the E drive where I have installed created a directory. But if I want to create a bash cell, so I have like done here, and I want to activate
So
the
see, what is happening here is like, first of all, you should update, like, let me just check once again.
like sir, I have updated here cell path
Mm-hmm.
and like taken the reference from the Google and trying to do this for the first time, because if I will do pip install anything later on, so it will go in the C drive and I have to install anything
See, what happens is by default it takes from there only. Just let me
yeah,
just check. Okay.
okay.
I'm accessing allow. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, first of all, we can do what have you done the configuration, right?
Yeah, for the best one. I have done from the Anaconda prompt.
And you're not able to activate that here.
Yeah,
It says.
yeah, I know they will definitely do that.
Okay, see, you should have not updated this one, bash. What was the default one? It was not even required.
So default one was the cmd.exe, like in here. It was like it was cmd.exe. It was this. And if I want to work in the bash cell, so I was trying to do that.
Okay, leave it as it is. Like, it is not like shell path. Okay, let me confirm once again from my side.
So actually, I've taken the reference from somewhere here, like from here.
That was not even required. I was using PyCharm before, so
Okay.
it's not at all required. Just let me just confirm once. Interpret as settings. So where you have done that, actually in terminals, tools, and then terminals.
Yes.
Okay, so do one thing. In the click on that that open folder icon there is, right? This one. Don't do that. Anything. Just
Okay.
don't do
Yeah.
that. Okay. So it should show you. Here it is. It should be in program files. Program files and then git.
Git. Yes.
Then there
Bin.
should be a bin folder, and then there is bash.txt. So just do that again.
Okay.
Okay, so see what you can do is
Mm.
can you open your environment variable?
Yeah, yeah. Just a minute.
Environment variable, just write env in environment variables, just search for that.
Yeah, I've done that.
Edit, open the first one, edit the system environment variable. Go here, go to environment variables. Go in the paths, first one only path, select path. In the first one, first you variables for Lenovo. Double click on that. Okay, so you haven't added that Anaconda path. Go to your like Anaconda 3 where it is located, that folder.
Okay.
It should be into actually in user normally, in users. Users, your by default Anaconda 3. Just go to scripts folder here. Now copy the path from the top. Go to environment variable. Now new. Paste it. Remove the scripts and backward slash. Again new. Click new and then paste. Now okay. Okay. Then go to that again terminal. Now restart this terminal. Close this. Close the local and then again open again. Now write Conda. Yeah, let's try that. LIST. Okay, it is saying that. Or write source activate base. Let's write source activate base. Process file directory. Okay, there is just a second. Is Bapi here? Bapi Ahmed? He left the column. What we can do is, yeah, okay, maybe okay, just restart the PyCharm again. Just try that. I think it should work actually, because you don't have to actually go for your Conda terminal. Actually,
Okay.
just open that, close this one, and then restart your application.
And so here, like I was working in the data, like there was multiple CSV file inside different folders, and I was trying to add a dependency here. I was trying to figure out how should we do that. You said you would. Okay.
Data given, then forward slash, and then you can just provide the path till the last. Okay, that means like,
but
I will show you.
Yeah. But sir, there are different folders inside that different files.
I got you. Like I got you. So
Oh,
for
yeah.
all the folders, you can just give that link. Okay, this folders links.
Okay.
Till that, you don't have to give it for every file. Just till
Okay.
the like last.
Once you have showed like DVC add -r something like in the community section in the first class of the wafer when you was explaining, like it was a bit confusing.
Actually, that is not required. Okay, we are not going to use
Okay.
that.
Okay.
We are not going to use that. Okay, the session will end. Actually, it is already 10:31. It will automatically close because
Okay, sir.
big data start.
Then
Then those people who were not able to answer, just you can drop a mail. Okay, simply, and I will connect with you.